Baie welkom by MelkInJouTee tyd. En soos ons laas keer vir julle van vertel het van die worship aand wat ons gaan aanbied op die 26ste Augustus, het ons genoem dat van die fondse gegee gaan word vir Door of Hope. En ons het dit goed gedink om die dames van Door of Hope, of althans 'n dame te nooi om saam met ons te kuier, sodat jy kan weet vir wie en vir wat gee jy 'n geldjie as jy 'n kaartjie sou koop. En natuurlik wil ek julle weer herinner om wel 'n kaartjie te koop sodat julle saam met ons daardie aand kan kom worship en die Here se naam te kan groot maak en te prys vir dit wat wie hy is. En nie net altyd wat hy vir ons kan doen nie, nee. Ja, maar het julle geweet dat tussen 2015 en 2019 65% van swangerskappe nie beplan is nie of nie wil gehê geword het nie, wat jy is nou swanger en nou wat nou, en dan 36% van daai swangerskappe eindig op 'n abortus. Nou, ek weet nie wat jou standpunt is, maar in my oë is dit moord, en dit is nie vir my wat die Here vir ons instoor het nie. Maar wat word dan van hierdie babatjies wat nie gekyk kan word nie? En dit is verskriklik, as jy daai persentasie, 36% van daai lewens wat net weg is.
Yes, ja, nee, dit is verskriklik. Mens kan dit nie dink nie, en dit is soos die weerloosste van ons, is daai ou kleintjies wat nie vir hulle self kan kyk nie, hulle kan nie, daar's niemand wat vir hulle praat nie, en dis hoekom dit vir my so lekker is om vandag Kathy Groome by ons welkom te heet van Door of Hope. Kathy, baie welkom by ons. Baie dankie, dit is vir ons, jy het van ver af gekom, jy kom van Johannesburg, van die suide van Johannesburg, so ons is regtig dankbaar dat jy vandag by ons kan wees om met ons te deel wat jy doen, en laat ons net bietjie bewusmaking kan doen oor Door of Hope, maar ook oor die probleem, soos Janine in die intro van gepraat het, van die arme kinders, wat, jy weet, die kleintjies, die babatjies, wat julle help. So baie welkom, baie dankie dat jy hier is.
Yes, thank you so much for the opportunity to actually be here today and to tell you about Door of Hope and the wonderful work we do in the kingdom. It's for the kingdom that we do what we do. You know, other people may do something else in the kingdom. We call to save abandoned babies for the kingdom, and so what a privilege that we can speak for the voiceless and save these babies.
Ja, julle het ontstaan in 1961.
No, 1999. 1999 we started, so we've been going for 20. In fact, we've just had our 24th birthday.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the lady who started it was born in 1961.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So Pastor Cheryl Allen, she read in the newspaper, she'd just become a pastor. She was at the Berea Baptist Church, and she read about a baby that had died under the Queen Elizabeth Bridge in Johannesburg with its umbilical cord still attached. And she thought, no, this can't be possible. This can't be. And then she started investigating and found out that there was, at that stage, and that was in 1999, at least 50 babies abandoned in that way a month. A month. It's much more today. Much more today.
In 1999, 50 babies
a month were abandoned. Yeah.
And how much is it in this?
Sadly, we don't have any figures because a lot of the babies aren't reported. So we actually don't know. There isn't a set figure of how many babies are abandoned, but we know it's high. And sadly, we also know that only 1 in 3 survives. And we're really advocating for what we call baby savers, which is the actual baby box that we have installed in Berea. We call them baby savers, and they're now international. It's nice to know that South Africa developed the baby box, and the way it works is now. In fact, Germany was the first country to actually adopt the baby box.
Maar vertel gou vir ons, wat is die baby box waarvan jy praat?
Okay, the baby box. So Cheryl said, okay, how can I? So she went back to her church and she said, how can we save these babies? To go back one step, and she said, right, I want to cut a hole in the wall, the church wall. I'm going to cut a hole, and I want to be able to put something in there that a mother can then put her baby in.
Anonymously, no?
Anonymously.
Yes.
So really what happens with the baby box, the mom can put the baby in. She cannot take the baby out again. And the reason why we do that is that nobody else can take the baby out or anything like that. So you put the baby in. Immediately, we've got CCTV cameras. When initially it had a pressure plate, which would ring a bell inside the house, and then a caregiver would come out and take the baby, and then immediately start taking care of the baby. So that's really the model that we have today. We have currently, I think, 42 baby savers in the country, but they don't fall. Door of Hope approves it, but we don't. That's not our focus. There's another organisation called Baby Savers that our operations director Nadine Grabaham is also on that board, and she's pushing for Baby Savers. So it's endorsed, if you like. It falls under the umbrella of Door of Hope, but our focus, you can't be diluted. Our focus is to save and rescue abandoned babies. That's our focus, and to provide a home for them. That's what we really want to do, is provide a home for them.
Yeah, because I've seen on Instagram die fotootjies van die babatjies wat dan nou weggegooi word. Maar julle plaas hulle natuurlik dat ons nou nie hulle gesiggies kan sien nie, maar van hulle is so cute. Hulle is regtig so oulik. Maar die hele idee is dat hulle nie daar sal bly nie.
No,
dat hulle die 'n liefdevolle huis moet kry.
Yeah, that's our hope. So we talk about safe relinquishment, and that's why we want rather than abandonment, we talk about safe relinquishment. If you think you're a desperate mother that has no money, your pimp might have even told you to get rid of the baby, you might have fallen pregnant from a pimp. We can tell you lots of stories. Or you might just be somebody that's been raped, a mom that's been raped, or you might be a mom that's in the country, maybe even illegally from another country, you don't have any support. How do you safely relinquish your child? And that's the point of the Baby Savers or the baby box that we have in Berea, is to safely, rather than to put your baby on a rubbish dump or in a toilet or in the veld. So that's the hope. That's what we want to do. But our real hope is, if you come to Door of Hope, you'll hear we all talk about our babies, because we really want these to be our babies. We want them to know from the time they're with us, they get love. They're our babies. They're our children. End of story. Sure. Ideally, yes, we want to, if we can, reunite them with their families, and we do that. We've probably done about 300 of those, more than 300, where the circumstances have changed and the baby's gone back to mom, which is ideal. Or alternatively, we want them adopted. We want them to go to actually go into families where they're adopted and they can thrive. Really, and we really believe, we live by every child matters. That's what we honestly and truly believe, that every child matters, and therefore, what does it take to make sure every child matters? What does that take from Door of Hope? That means that baby needs to thrive. That means that baby needs love. They need more than shelter, food and protection, which we know is obvious, and the mom couldn't provide that. The mom couldn't provide that, and that's why they've given the child to us. And so we then start the process. We work with a wonderful organisation called ABBA Adoption. They're out here in Pretoria, and they're an awesome organisation. And they facilitate our adoptions.
Wow. Yeah. I was wondering now, when a lady comes and she puts her baby in the save box, and she then decides maybe a week or so later she made a mistake. Mm-hmm. What then?
Well, yeah, she can come to us. So we will counsel her. We do have moms that actually, they don't all relinquish their babies. They can come to the houses and they give the baby to us, and they tell us their circumstances. We will then start a counselling process with it. We'll start a counselling process and see what it was, or why she did give up her child for that period of time, and she's made a mistake. And if we can, reunite her with mom, and help mom. Help mom.
I just want to ask, because I think most of them maybe afraid that they would be prosecuted.
Yes, because abandonment is obviously illegal. I mean, you can't. No, not at all. So they will contact us. We will get phone calls. Sometimes for moms, they want their children back, and if we can help the mom and we can reunite them, that's first prize. That really is first prize, because a child should be with their biological mother. But alternatively, otherwise, it's a process. Obviously, it takes several months, etc., for us to then for the Department of Social Development to say, okay, the child's ready for adoption, and then we can start an adoption process.
That's amazing.
Maar sê vir my, watse tipe omstandighede kry julle die babatjies? Jy het nou gesê julle die safe boxes, julle die mamas wat die kleintjies kom aflaai by julle huise.
That's right.
Maar hoe kry
So the Hillbrow police contact us often. Babies are relinquished there at the Hillbrow police station, so they'll come to us. And hospitals, the Charlotte McQuickaway Hospital. So moms often leave their babies in the hospital, and then from other homes too. So we work with other homes. They may not have space or whatever, they might not have the capacity, we'll take them. We don't. Bring your babies, we'll take them.
Maar julle het klomp babatjies wat by julle bly.
Yes, so we're in the process. It's in South Africa, everything's a process, people, you know that. Okay. So it's a process. We bought a property, it was an agricultural property even further south in Johannesburg, in an area called Aloe Ridge, where we bought 25 hectares, 25. I always get confused, acres or hectares. We bought, so we bought that property. It has taken us 5 years to get it rezoned into a township property. So it was an agricultural, now it's township, which means we can now start building what we call the Door of Hope Village. Oh. So it's for those children that aren't adopted. We would like to keep them and bring them up in a house, in the most normal environment that we can for our children, so that there can be a house mother. The model's not new to Door of Hope. There are other models that are similar, where we can have people adopt, we can have people foster, and the kids grow up in a suburb like they would in any other suburb. The children that aren't adopted, rather than put them back into the system, we'd like to keep our children. That's why we refer to them as our children. We'd like to keep them.
Yeah, but also to bring them up in the fear of the Lord.
Yes, absolutely.
Because you guys are a Christian-based, Christian foundation organization.
100%. As I said, we do. This is the work the kingdom has given us to do, and that's what we do. Other people do other things, but this is we really believe that this is what that we call to do. Wow. Our core beliefs are faith, hope, and love.
Yes. Maar is julle net gebaseer in Johannesburg of is it?
Yes, so we are just based in Johannesburg in the inner city. Berea is our inner city house, and then we've got 2 other houses, but both in the southern suburbs, Glen Vista. In fact, currently all our babies are in both houses. We also have just 9 special needs kids as well that we have, and they'll probably end up at the village because people generally don't adopt. There are people that are amazing that adopt special needs children, but they'll stay with us, and so all our babies are there. We're in the process. Our Berea house is over 100 years old and literally falling apart. We've done as much restoration to it with I want to say bubble gum and spit, and but we really have to pull it down, and we are going to rebuild it. We have fundraised for that. We want to rebuild it. We really want it to be a beacon of light in that dark area, because it really, Hillbrow, you'll know Hillbrow, Berea, we're right there on the border, is a pretty dark area. And so we do already have a cross that's lit. It's lit 24/7. So we want to really build a very state-of-the-art, actually. A lot of people think we're crazy investing that kind of money in that area. But we think, that's what God wants, So moms, there'll be more place for moms. We'll be able to take more babies. There'll be more place for counselling of moms. More place for, we have amazing doctors and OTs and physiotherapists, etc., that volunteer their time for us.
Is dit fantasties nie? Ek wou nou net vra, wat se dienste het julle alles? So, uit die aard van die saak het jy nou genoem, julle doen counselling, soos daar's dokters, fysioterapeute, En dit is goed dat 'n mens nie besef, daai kindertjies, jy weet, mens dink so half as 'n mens vir hulle kos en klere gee in 'n blyplek, is dit voldoende, maar daar's soveel meer daaraan. Ek bedoel, dink maar net, as 'n mens jou eie kinders moet grootmaak, daar's soveel meer aan kinders grootmaak as net om hulle te voer en, jy weet, klere aan te trek.
And what's your needs that you guys have? What people maybe can contact you and say, I can't give money, but maybe I can give this.
Yes, so really we actually have a shopping list on Take-A-Lot, which we set up during COVID, because we couldn't have people coming, and I mean, you've got checkers 60 seconds and all the 60 minutes or whatever it is. So we set that up during COVID because obviously we couldn't have volunteers come to the house or people come to the houses during COVID, and so we have a standard shopping list. I mean, just to give you an idea, we probably go through. We currently got 59 children in our care. We probably go through between 12 and 15,000 nappies a month. You don't think of that, but you think how often you got to change one baby.
Yeah.
You know, obviously there are medicines, especially now in winter, and vitamins and that kind of thing. The big tins of Nan formula. I mean, we go through 90 to 100 of those big tins a month. Sure. We make more than 300 bottles a day. So you think about running a house. We need black bags, we need sunlight liquid, we need washing powder. We do loads of washing. At one house we go through 5,000 litres of water a day. I mean, because there's 37 children there. So you think of that, you know, so purity, baby food, jungle oats, nestum porridge.
Die badgoedjies en die roompies en die poeiertjies en die...
Yes, we've got some wonderful...
Fish and paste.
Yeah.
Yes, Bennett's bum cream.
Yeah.
Can't say bum cream. It's called Bennett's bum cream.
Yeah, bum cream.
It's Bennett's bum cream.
Will you send me that link?
I can, and I can send you a list of what is generally needed. I know that we always seem to be running out of size 3, 4, and 5 nappies. I'll just tell you that now. We seem to use a lot of those nappies because we do have quite a number of toddlers. They're very cute, but we have newborns. And we have.
Just a quick question because our time is running out, but is there a possibility that people, the public, can go and volunteer?
They can.
Maybe just to hold a baby.
Yes, absolutely. And we've got a granny program where we want our grannies to come and hold our special needs babies, especially because they just need to be held. That's part. You'll all know that's part of thriving and part of nurture and really just loving the child. They can, but you'd have to contact me, Janine, after the 30th of September. We generally close the houses from the end of May to the 30th of September, cold and flu season. You know, one baby gets sick, they all get sick. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming all the way from Joburg. Ander kant die Jukskei. Hulle het altyd so gesê. Thank you for coming and sharing what you guys are doing there, and I pray that God will really increase you guys, and especially the funds that you need for the village and the new building. And I hope that we can give you a lot of money with our concerts. Skimp, wink, wink, kopie kaartjies. So thank you so much, and be blessed, and give all our best also for Nadine.
Yes, I'll do that. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yes. En daar sê ons het klaar gesels vandag met Kathy van Door of Hope. Julle kan hulle gaan Google Door of Hope en al die inligting, en ons sal ook die kruidenierslysie vir julle aanheg, en jy kan direk op Take-A-Lot bestel en dan lewer hulle direk af by hulle. So yes, COVID het eintlik vir ons baie deure ook om oopmaak, om vir ons bietjie nuwe maniere gegee, nê. So tot 'n volgende keer. Liefde groete. Totsiens.
Wil jy deel wees van 'n onvergeetlike aand waar God geloof en prys word? Wel, op die 26ste Augustus, 6:00 die middag, by NG Monumentpark Wes, gaan ons God se naam groot maak en vir hom sê dankie vir wie hy is. So gaan kry jou kaartjie by tixa.co.za en tik in Let Us Worship en kry jou kaartjie vir net R70. So waarvoor wag jy? Gaan na tixa.co.za.
The long-awaited Embraced by Grace Guide, Volume 1 is finally available. This foundational volume is packed with biblical truth in a way that is easy to read and understand. The beautiful illustrations throughout the book makes it fun and easy to read, even for those who are not avid readers. This first book of 3 volumes contains chapters that every believer needs to grasp, like the supernatural realm, salvation, baptism, body, soul and spirit, Father, heart of God, prayer, praise and worship, and into the Word. This book is a valuable evangelical tool and makes for a great gift. The first volume is available for the low price of 200 Rand, postage excluded. Please use the details on screen to place your order.